Today's review, we've got another beer from the supermarkets. This is a Tesco brand new beer, Cosmic Fog. It's a Northern Monk collaboration with Floc. But what's it going to be like? Keep watching to find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Today we're going back to the supermarkets. This is a new beer in Tesco supermarket. £4, so their prices have gone up. Although the North one, you might see the North review that I did, which was a very good beer, I thought, for a supermarket beer. That was only £3.75. This is £4. You buy 4 of them though, you get it basically for £3 because you get the third one free. So you get 4 beers for, I'm looking at my maths now, 4 beers for £12. So yeah, that's £3, a £3 can. This is a collaboration with Floc. I don't think we've seen Floc in the supermarkets before. 7% hazy IPA. Doesn't tell us the hops or anything. It's part of their faith in the futures. I've heard rumours that this may even be like a rebranded version of Heathen. So I haven't had that for a while. I did all those Northern Monk ones, but I'll probably get a gist of that. But let's crack it open, get it in a glass, see what it's all about. Always good to have new supermarket beers. Northern Monk always used to be the masters, I think, of supermarket beer. And some of their beers were really good. But recently, they've definitely gone down a notch. Okay, so beer in a glass. Well, it's quite yellowy light, which I don't think Heathen is this sort of colour. I don't remember it being this colour. We've got 3 fingers of quite compacted, very white head. So, yeah, it looks quite good. I mean, it's hazy and yellow, straw coloured, but it's not that sort of custard, really. You can see that it's not quite as thick and opaque as you know, the sort of really good quality IPAs that we have on the channel. Okay, let's see what the aroma's like. Okay. Tropical, really. So it's quite a lot of froth to get through. There's something else in there. I think there is a bit of citrus as well, but the aroma's not going to really tell us the full story, so let's drink it. Cheers, everyone. Okay. I wouldn't say it's as tropical as I thought the aroma was. It's really soft. Yes, it's light, but it's got that sort of mouthfeel that's like clouds, drinking clouds. Very, very soft and fluffy in terms of its mouthfeel. I think this is pretty good. I have no idea what the hops are, but I'm getting a lot of citrus, but it's even the citrus flavours, they're soft, it's juicy, but you're not getting, whereas the North one, and I've still got the can here, so I'm just while I look down at the North one here, you got a real tropicalness at the front end, and then you had a real sort of zesty, almost to the point of bitterness back end with a real strong grapefruit flavour. But with this, the citrus is there, but it doesn't cut like a lot of citrus fruits do. It doesn't really, the zest doesn't come through. I don't think it's anything like Heathen at all. So forget what I said about it being, it might be like a rebrand of Heathen. I mean, I'm sure I saw Beer Dad say something like, I don't remember watching the review, but I remember his headline said something like that. And then I think he did a side by side, but I haven't got around to watching it. I will probably watch it actually after I've drank this. But this is a good beer. It's a good quality supermarket beer. Yes, the flavours are a little muddled in terms of you're not getting distinct fruit flavours that you can get with a lot of IPAs. Hop wise, you know, it's easy to say, oh, probably Citra, but and there may be something like Columbus or one of those sort of slightly older school sort of hops. Think of the other one, Columbus, Cascade, US Cascade, maybe El Dorado, something like that. The mouthfeel is really good on this. It's so soft. It's almost got no carbonation at all. And although it's light, because of the sort of structure of the carbonation, it's got a little bit more creaminess to it. I'm quite impressed by the fact that there's a lot of good lacing on the glass. We very rarely talk about lacing these days. And the head is retained, and that is rare, you know. That, I think that's the quality of it. It's very sort of frothy and lovely and soft. I think this is a good beer. I would like a little bit more stronger, distinct taste for a 7% IPA. But it's a very drinkable beer. The mouthfeel is the star. I think they've got that spot on. And supermarket beers, they've got a habit of really failing when it comes to mouthfeel. But this is spot on. It's juicy. There's a little bit of maybe tropical fruits, but a lot of citrus fruits, but lighter citrus fruits. So maybe orange even, lemons. You're not getting lime. It's a slight hint of grapefruit sharpness, but it's a very subtle. It's a much more subtle than the heptagon one. But this is good. I'd buy this again. Definitely buy it again. I think it's probably one of the better Northern Monk supermarket beers that we've had. It's up there with the likes of Transient, which I still think is probably the best Northern Monk supermarket beer. I think it's better. I'm not a massive fan of Heathen. I think it's better than Heathen. The mouthfeel is soft. It's very good. Maybe even similar to some of the ones that what was it? Asda, the Haze, Daisy, something in Haze. I can't remember what it was called now. They're all sort of merged into one. But it had like lots of, I think, a skateboarder on it. You know, it was that sort of thing. It's closer to that. It's really easy to drink, very moorish. For a 7%, it's a little bit dangerous in the fact that you can knock this back really easily. I think it's a winner. Cosmic Fog. Let's get some scores. Okay, the scores are in for Cosmic Fog, Northern Monk, and I think for the first time in supermarkets, Floc. Hazy IPA, 7%. We don't know what hops are in it. Could be Citra, could be Eldorado, could be Mosaic, could all three of those maybe. I like it. I think it's good, a good supermarket beer, and it's one I'll buy again. And the scores, they're quite good. Starting with aroma. Appearance. Flavour. Value for money. Again, as I said, £4, so more expensive, but if you think buying 4 of these, or you're buying a few other beers and you get the price down, you know, potentially you could be paying £3 for this, which I think is a massive bargain. So that's a good score for that. And then finally, my overall experience. Tighten the scores up. Well, surprisingly, even though the aroma was less than the heptagon, and the overall experience is higher, it's the same score. Highly recommended, 80 out of 100. Yeah, maybe I'm losing it a bit. I'm drinking these on a Friday night. You know, it's the time where beer always tastes better on a Friday night. But this is good. The body is really the star of it. Very drinkable. Nice flavours of citrus fruits. It's not like the sort of flavours that you get with citrus fruits if you're paying the £5-6 for like a Beak or a Rivington or a Track or Azvex, those sort of, or Sure Shot, any of those, or Power. Oh, I can keep going on, can't I? Any of those sort of good quality breweries that isn't a supermarket beer where you're paying £5 plus for, there's a distinct difference, but there's also a big difference between an average supermarket beer and this. This is a top level. Is it better than this? I'd have to almost drink these two side by side, but I have drank them tonight, the same night, so I think this is better, even though the scores are the same. I prefer it because I think the overall experience is better. I don't know whether it may have been the still not huge amounts of aroma. That's where the score was lower than the North one. And but I think I prefer this one. If I was going back to the supermarket and would only buy one of them again, I would probably buy this one. So great, Northern Monk getting back to better supermarket beers. That's great. I don't know how much input Floc had, but if it's then input is enough to make this beer probably the best Northern Monk beer in the supermarkets, then good on you, Floc. And yeah, hopefully we'll see Floc on their own in there sometime. But this is good beer, and I definitely recommend it. So let me know if you've had any recent supermarket beers, new ones. You might have had some that I haven't seen yet. I think I said in the last video, there is a new one by Salt in Morrison's, but when I went there this week, it wasn't there. So my Morrison's is very slow at getting new beers in. But if you've had that, let me know in the comments. And yeah, well, it's good to have it. I've got one more supermarket beer at the moment. By the time this video comes out, I might have had some more. But yeah, so I'm quite pleased so far with these last two supermarket beers. And, you know, you're not getting many supermarket beers that I would rate at 80 or 80 into the highly recommended. There's a very, very rare. Yeah, I've either lost the plot or actually these beers are getting better. Well, who knows? Hope you've enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you do like it. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. Lots of beers. We're obviously on the run up to Christmas. There's going to be more beers, isn't there, because it's Christmas time. And until the next video, you know what you're going to do. Drink good craft beer and keep on rocking.